My back hurts like quite a bit. Like, I don't know why. Probably my posture, but it's whatever. I enjoy these intros so much, and I know you do too. Hence why I keep doing them. But anyway, hey, what's going on, guys? This is PukaTuka here, and today we are once again playing some more Doki Doki Literature Club. Last time, we did some stuff. Natsuki spoke to us about helping Sayori out, and we both think something's going on with her, and so that's pretty good. But it's Sunday, meaning we're gonna be hanging out with Natsuki. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after wait, we sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emoji and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. I meander around the house, anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know she's outside of the front door. I don't understand why she couldn't have just rang the doorbell, but whatever. I rush over to the door and open it. Ah, hi? My mind goes blank as I completely forget what I was going to greet her with. I'm not sure what I expected, but seeing Natsuki in her casual clothes surprises me. It's such a huge difference from her uniform. With such cute clothing, she almost looks like a different person. Frankly, I'm at a loss for words. Puka, why are you just staring at me? Oh, sorry. Jeez, I just got here. It'll be a long afternoon if you keep acting weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Right. Okay, now move. I'm coming in. I quickly step out of the way as Natsuki walks inside. My back hurts a lot. Over her shoulder, she's carrying a large bag made of thick plastic. Is that all the cooking stuff? I point to Natsuki's bag. Yep, I wasn't gonna come all this way just to find out you're missing something important. Speaking of important, did you get everything I asked you to get? Natsuki asked me to go out and buy some things if I didn't already have them on hand, which reminds me. So, don't get too mad, but I say that so she might go a bit easier on me when I tell her I forgot to go shopping. But, judging by the look on her face, I doubt it helped. Oh, don't tell me you forgot. Are you kidding me? I know, I'm sorry. What were you doing all weekend that you forgot to go shopping? Well, I was practicing my poem for the festival, which isn't completely a lie. I did actually spend some time reciting my poem to myself. Natsuki, meanwhile, looks at me with disbelief. You were practicing your poem? Yeah. Natsuki sighs as her expression softens a bit. Well, I guess I'll give you a pass this time. I expected you to say you were playing video games all weekend, but don't think you're completely off the hook. We still need those baking supplies if we want to get anything done. Well, I do have some money, and it's only like a mile to town. You want to go just buy the stuff we need? Well, it's not like we have any other choice. Just so you know, it's not a date or anything. Alright. I didn't say anything about a date, but I mean, now that you're thinking about it, I might think it's a date. I'm just saying. This is how it works. Natsuki sets her bag down next to the door as I head upstairs to retrieve my money. When I come down, I see Natsuki standing in the doorway, her hands on her hips. Come on, dummy, we don't have all day. I'm coming. We both part from my house and head towards downtown. So, what kinds of cupcakes are we going to be making? Natsuki ponders this for a bit. I'm thinking just normal chocolate cupcakes with vanilla frosting. Oh, okay. But I feel like we should do something special. It is for the festival after all. Something special with the cupcakes? Yeah, but like something more than just the flavors. I want it to have to do with the actual look of the cupcakes. Kind of like those cat cupcakes on my first day, right? Yes, exactly. It is. Look. My hair's better now. I took care of it. I had to do laundry. I had to work. I didn't go to work. Call in for work. I did a bunch of stuff. I'm back. Something related to the look of the cupcakes. Well, it is a literature event. Maybe you could put kanji characters on each one? Like in frosting? Yeah, every cupcake could have a different character on it, and people could choose a cupcake based on which characters they like the most. That's actually not a bad idea. Natsuki looks at the ground, seemingly disappointed she didn't come up with that first. Well, do you want to do it? Considering that's the best idea we have, I guess so. Alright then. We're back at the shop. Look at the shopping district. I love it. By now, we've finally reached downtown. Natsuki spots a kitchen supply store, and we both quickly head towards it. Once inside, Natsuki holds her phone up in front of my face. There's a lot of times where I just sit here and just go on my phone mid recording. I'm like, oh, let me just pause it. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go check something. And I'm like, oh man, TikTok, oh man, Twitter, oh man, Instagram, oh man, Snapchat, oh man, Discord, oh man, all this distraction stuff. We live in a terrible time. I've already texted you what we need, so just go off of that for your list of supplies to get. Will we need anything special for the characters? Just a small frosting nozzle. I'll get that. You just focus on your stuff. Sounds like a plan. Natsuki heads off into the nearby aisle while I pull out my phone. I scroll through my texts and eventually find the list she sent me. Well then, let's start with the French vanilla extract. Ah, vanilla extract. Beautiful. Smells beautiful. Taste? Debatable. Unless, you use it correctly. Then that's different. The shirt feels like it's weird on YouTube. I don't know. I feel like recording. It feels like it looks weird on the camera. I don't know. Within a couple of minutes, I found everything on the list. As I place the final ingredient into my basket, Natsuki walks up to me. She dumps her stuff in my basket and walks with me to the register. I hand over my money, and before I know it, we're already walking back to my house. We arrive quickly and immediately get to work. It only takes about 10 minutes before the entire kitchen is a mess. Utensils, bowls, and spilled ingredients over the countertop. Natsuki has her focus on the cupcakes themselves while I work on the frosting. Hey, where's the food coloring? Still in the bag on the table. Why? I'm gonna color the batter different colors so it looks cooler, even if the flavor is still chocolate or vanilla. You think we should do that to the frosting as well? Yeah, sure. I'll give you the food coloring once I'm done. Alright. I noticed that Natsuki has been a lot more calm and friendly towards me ever since we started baking. She's been instructing me on what to do, but it's been more friendly advice rather than a command. The only explanation I've come up with is that cooking puts Natsuki's mind at ease and makes her a lot less hostile. But it's not like that's uncommon. Talking about or doing something they're passionate about puts a smile on anyone's face. Monika with playing the piano, Hiri with reading, Sayori with eating, and Natsuki with baking. Puka, come on, focus. Natsuki's voice interrupts my thoughts. Oh, sorry. Resume stirring the frosting while Natsuki drops the food coloring into the batter. Once she's done with that, she scoops the batter into little baking cups and places them in a tray. Preheat to 350. Natsuki mumbles instructions to herself as she messes around with the oven. I hear a beep and she walks over to check on my progress. Hey, is the icing good? Natsuki looks at the bowl with a judgmental expression. You're getting there. You just have to... Natsuki takes a whisk from my hands and starts stirring. Really beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, I retrieve the whisk from Natsuki and follow in her example. Good. Now you're a fast learner. Thanks. You're a good teacher. Natsuki's face turns slightly red. Yeah, I am. I chuckle at Natsuki's gloating as she walks back to her workspace. Once the icings a good consistency, I guess that works, yeah. I retrieve the food coloring from Natsuki. Hey, watch where you're putting your hands, dummy. You don't want to get icing everywhere. I look down at my hands and realize they're covered in icing. Oh geez, how did I not notice that? Don't ask me. You're the one who didn't notice his hands were covered in icing. Natsuki looks at me with a smirk. Oh, being smug, are we? Well, take that. I wipe my index finger on Natsuki's cheek, leaving a glob of icing behind. Natsuki shoots me a look with both shock and anger. Oh, you didn't. Now it's my turn to be smug. Oh, but I did. Natsuki's face suddenly lights up. Without warning, she dips her finger into the frosting bowl and swipes it across my entire face. You look so dumb. I walk over to the sink and grab a paper towel. So, that's how it's gonna be, huh? I dramatically wipe my hands as Natsuki braces herself. Yup. Then so be it. I take the paper towel and attempt to shove it in Natsuki's face, but she swipes the towel out of my hand and throws it to the side. Hey! I slowly back up and put my hands out. It doesn't have to be like this. Natsuki ignores my calls for a truce and tries to wipe icing across my face again. This time, I catch her wrist as she swoops in. She tries to fight back with the other hand, but I grab that one as well. Hey, I know this scene. Stop. Only if you apologize for getting frosting on my face. You're the one who started it, but I only did it a little. You smeared it across my entire face. Now apologize. Fine, I'm sorry. Thank you. Now apologize to me. I'm sorry as well. Thank you. Alright, that's that. I'd say I win this one. Oh yeah? Suddenly, I feel a sharp pain in my right shin. I let go of Natsuki's wrist and stumble back. What just happened? Ow, did you just kick me? I warned you. Jeez. I hold my leg in pain as Natsuki stands triumphantly. Don't underestimate me. Okay. I'm sorry. And I surrender. I win. You may have won the battle, but not the war. If one kick can send you down, winning the war will be a piece of cake. I roll my eyes, inciting another laugh from Natsuki. Alright, we should probably get back to work. Yeah, probably. Natsuki and I wipe our faces off and pick up where we left off. I scoop some icing into a separate bowl and color the rest of it a light pink. Natsuki pulls the batch of cupcakes out of the oven and puts the other batch in. Using the food coloring, I dye the icing I set aside black. Why do you do that? For the kanji characters. Oh, okay. Finish up mixing the food coloring and then give it to me. Why? I'm gonna put it on the frosting bag, duh. She gestures towards a small plastic bag she brought with her. Alright. I quickly finish mixing the coloring and hand Natsuki the bowl. She scoops the icing into a bag and ties a thin nozzle around the end. Put this on to the side for now. We still need to frost the cupcakes before we can add the characters. Speaking of which, Natsuki brings the tray of cupcakes over to the table. Let's get started. Ooh, all done. We both look triumphantly over the frosted trays of cupcakes. Yeah, they look pretty cute. Kind of fitting seeing you're the one who made them. What's that supposed to mean? Oh please, we're not at school. It's not like anyone's judging you. Just admit that you're cute. I'm not cute. Fine, whatever you say. Just focus on doing the characters. Jeez. Here, let me show you how to do it. Natsuki quickly teaches me how to use the frosting bags and we quickly get to work. Finally. Yeah, finally. It took us longer than expected, but we finally finished and placed them neatly in rows on trays. You know, I realized that I think it was in my old playthrough of the Blue Skies, like back when I very first started it, not like the year ago where like, you know, you can still see it on my channel. No, there are older versions of when I played this that I think I have deleted or I privated them. I don't know. One of those two. But yeah, I remember putting in the thumbnails a cupcake, a very specific cupcake, and just, you know, putting it, you know, in secret areas. I remember it may be in the I think it's in the I Believe video of mine. I believe I put the cupcake in the I Believe video, in the thumbnail at least. If I sort this by most popular, yeah, I can see the cupcake right there. Yeah, I just put that cupcake in like random locations and thumbnails. I don't know why. I was like, man, I wonder if anyone's gonna notice this, knowing no one would notice it. But you know, it's irrelevant. It took us longer than expected, but we finally finished and placed them neatly in rows on trays. That was fun, I guess. My nose is so itchy. What? You didn't have fun? No, I did. I just didn't expect it to take that long. It wouldn't have taken that long if we didn't have to go to the store. I said I'm sorry. Yeah. Just wish we had more time so we could read some manga or something, but I really have to get home. My dad's making dinner tonight. Aw, lucky. I'm on my own for dinner tonight. Frankly, I'm not really that hungry. I might just skip it. No! We see, it's a tiny peer, like the tiny, like, insight into Natsuki's home life. But, you know, you say you're not going to eat because, you know, you're not hungry, but her, because her situation, she's like, no, you have to eat. Yeah. Because, you know, it'll be explained, hopefully. Natsuki's sudden outburst shocks me. I stare at her in disbelief. I mean, you shouldn't do that. You should always be appreciative every meal you get. Wow, dinner must be really important to you. More than you can imagine. Growing up, we'd only really have family dinner when everyone was home. Considering both my parents worked a lot, it was a rare occurrence, especially now. Natsuki and I sit in awkward silence before she starts for her bag. I should get going. Right, I'll walk you out. Natsuki collects her things and I walk her outside. It felt like the afternoon flew by too quickly. However, it was nice spending time with her. It was an opportunity to get to know her better. Well, I guess I'll see you later then. It was fun cooking with you. Yeah, we should do it again sometime. Huh? I'm just saying, if you ever want to bake something, I'd be glad to help. Natsuki steps closer and looks up at me. Her expression is tense, as if she's trying to hide her emotions. Really nice of you. I open my mouth to say something, but Natsuki quickly pulls away. I gotta go. Bye. Bye. Natsuki quickly rushes off and I'm left alone. Guess I'd better get to cleaning? I don't know. It's the day of the festival. The preparations for the event should be nearly complete, given all the work everyone's put in over the weekend. I managed to carry all the cupcakes by myself by carefully stacking 4 trays in a box. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. I smile, putting my phone away. Her personality even shows through her text. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend more time with Natsuki at the festival, but knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Doubt. I'm skipping a little bit of it because we've already read some of that. Well, sorry, I overslept again, or couldn't decide what to have for breakfast again. She immediately pouts. You're such a meanie sometimes. And you know my teasing is all in good fun, right? She mumbles something under her breath. Of course. It looks like she's back to her normal self again. A definite relief. I wouldn't be too sure about that. I felt a little guilty in not spending Sunday with her, but then again, it was probably wise to give her space. Then again, Natsuki also needed help. I point to the sack she's carrying, which contains an assortment of colorful little gift bags. Ah, are those gift bags you were working on over the weekend? I should do something. I toggle it to skip Halloween. I forgot to do that, and I also forgot to turn on another setting that is very important. Because then I have to do editing if I don't. And I don't want to edit, because it's not fun. Yeah, okay. Yep, I managed to get everything we need. Candy, quotes, bookmarks, and it was a lot of fun. Although, it was kind of hard to stop myself from eating the sweets. And did you manage? People won't notice if a sweet or two goes missing, right? I can't help but laugh. That's such a Sayori thing to say and do. I'm glad you're feeling better today, Sayori, and I'm sorry if I was a bit too invasive on Friday. I just worry a lot, that's all. It's okay, Puka, it really is. It's sweet that you were concerned, but yeah, I'm fine. It was just a little rain cloud. Although, I'm kinda nervous for the festival. Honestly, I don't blame you for that. It's kinda nerve-wracking, isn't it? Also, I noticed this. That's Sayori's here on the day of the festival. And we didn't have to spend time with her. So, it's looking fine. I mean, I don't know how much it means to Monica, but at the same time, I didn't really realize how intimidating reciting poetry to a bunch of strangers can be. Okay, skip. Alright, anyway, we've already seen a majority of this, like I said. I'm just trying to read. I'm gonna try and pay attention to that skip button, because I don't want to have to repeat all this, because, you know, if you go watch me play through the game, I mean, I have already, so go watch the other videos of Blue Skies. They exist, they're in a playlist. Playlist link is in the description, okay? I put down on the playlist, it shows all my Doki Doki content. You will have to scroll down a little bit to find the Blue Skies, like, one, but, you know, it's not that hard to find, okay? I put down the trays of cupcakes I'm holding and grab one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Alright, there we go. Just then, Natsuki bursts into the room, her bag swinging wildly. Alright. Skip. Puka! I jump at the sudden outburst. Yes? Yes? And? No. I hate myself. Where are the cupcakes? Don't tell me you forgot them. Is it normal to be scared by a tiny underclassman girl? I mentally shake myself. I really gotta get it together. Relax, they're right here. Just hold on a minute. I step over to where I put the box down with cupcakes and begin unpacking the trays. Don't lay them out so messily. Quite the bossy little princess, huh? Then if you wouldn't mind. Sayori, can you help me with these? Yuri gestures at her bag, to which Sayori nods cheerfully. I help Natsuki with the cupcakes, while Yuri and Sayori start putting up decorations. Meanwhile, Monica continues putting down pamphlets. It isn't long before Natsuki has carefully rearranged cupcakes in a neat formation. Looks really good, if I do say so myself. I'd have to agree, we make a pretty good team. Yeah, hey Puka, next time we do something like this, I can carry some trays too. Totally fine with me, and my arms are longer too after all, so I can carry more, haha. Still, we're a team, aren't we? I gotta carry my weight too. I'm not some helpless damsel in distress, you know. Or a helpless shoujo manga heroine. Alright, mister. Can it? As I laugh, I glance over at Sayori and Yuri. They put up a banner with an inspirational quote written on a colorful gradient of colors in the sky. Blue skies? That's crazy. That's Sayori's, isn't it? Sayori, did you forget to set up your part? Did I? I did! See, she rushes over to the bag quickly and empties it out. It's full of small, colorful bags tied shut with thin ribbons. What? Don't worry, I'll help you. We start to organizing the goodie bags in neat rows on the desk closest to the door. I peek inside one of them as we do. You can take a bag if you want. Inside the bag I find candy, stickers, inspirational quotes from poems on some sort of cardstock and bookmarks. Man, I'm not looking forward to the festival. I'm really not. I chose only the best candy for the festival, and the best quotes. The best bookmarks as well? You betcha! We laugh as we finish up our task. I take a bag, fish out a candy, and pop it into my mouth. It really does have good taste. The chocolate and toffee seems to melt on my tongue. Can I have one too, Puka? I can't resist those puppy dog eyes. Thanks, you're the best. And here we go, festival time. I love this look, and I don't get to really experience it yet, though. I guess I do. Alright. I haven't told anyone about how lonely I've been feeling. I'm a little nervous about how they will react. They all turn to me, varying degrees of emotion on their faces. Natsuki impassively looks to the side, while Sayori and Yuri give me expressions of concern. Aw, Puka, I had no idea you felt that way. I'm sorry. I really hope we can change that. I'm so happy you feel welcome here, too. It's exactly what we wanted. I agree. No one should feel alone. I know it's quite a difficult thing to experience. I feel a warm flush of gratitude at their words. Thanks, guys. That means a lot. Also, Monica, I told Sayori this earlier, and I figured you might appreciate hearing this. But I could skip this. Oh, we've made it to this part where I get to choose between you two. I do remember this. Alright, I'm choosing Natsuki this time. I really do hate taking sides like this. Monika's the president, though, so I hope she won't take this personally. This is gonna feel really off. This is gonna feel really off. Even in any other situation, I would choose Monika's side, but because I'm going the Natsuki route, I think I have to choose this. Maybe, I don't know. Monica, believe me when I say this, that I know this club means a lot to you. I've only been here for a few days, and I can already see that. In fact, it means a lot to all of us. Every one of us cares so much for the club that we were able to soldier on and keep performing despite all the crap we got. But at the same time, perhaps Natsuki has a point. You were clearly the most enthusiastic about this festival out of everyone here. She sighs, and it's clear that she's frustrated. It wouldn't surprise me if she was disappointed in us either. Well, pardon me for wanting the club to do well. Why was everyone so against it? I didn't even force any of you. You all agreed of your own accords. I thought you'd use the weekend to practice. That should have been plenty of time. The way you pushed us into it, it felt like we didn't have a choice. You guys didn't have to agree. Do you not know how to stand up for yourselves? Monica, you know how it is. It's hard enough as it is having to go against your friends, but when your friends have such high expectations for everything on top of that, it's just easy to get swept up in trying to keep everyone happy, and on top of that, not everyone here is as outspoken as you. Exactly, but that's not the point, anyhow. You all did fine in your first recitations during our club meeting. Everything should have gone well. It's just that we never could have expected that people would act this way. If the event had been a success, you can bet this conversation wouldn't be happening right now. Well, if we never decided to do anything for the festival, then we wouldn't have to worry about this crap anyway. But we had to do something for the festival. Do you just want the club to remain stagnant forever? Is this place just supposed to be some hangout for 5 people? There's a fierce glint in those green eyes now, and I'm almost afraid of speaking up. It seems like I'm the only one here who actually wants this club to do well. The only one who strives for greater heights. And how is anyone ever going to see how amazing what we've built is if we never show it to anyone? What's wrong with this club being small? My mouth's dry. I'd rather have a few people who really care than a ton of idiots who are only here because of your popularity. Quality is more important than quantity after all. I'm sure the others would agree on that front as well. Suddenly, Monica turns to face me. Uh-oh. I won't lie. It's scary having to see the full force of the normally cool-headed and diplomatic leader's temper. Puka, with all due respect, you haven't even been here for a week. How would you know, of all people, know what the other members want? Monica, Puka only means... Dang, I mean, I'm just trying to help he or she. You know, last time I tried speaking up, I just want to go back home and play some video games. Man, screw this. Monica, Puka only means well. Sayori looks like she's about to say more, but one withering look from Monica stops her in her tracks. And I'm sure that many villains throughout history only meant well too. Now you're just being unfair. No, you know what's really unfair? What's unfair is the fact that I'm the only one who always has to pick up the slack. I'm the only one who has to take on the blame for all of the mistakes. You think it's easy having to live up to everyone's expectations? Although I guess it's too much for you to understand, Natsuki. After all, you always heap the blame onto others and criticize everyone but yourself. Why don't you go do some introspection for once in your life? Then you might be able to see why you barely have any friends. Damn, that's a bit far. That's a bit far. Come on, I mean, a little bit far. I don't know about that one. There's a silence for a moment, a silence that lengthens into impossibly long minutes. I look towards Yuri and Sayori for help, but both look understandably shocked by Monika's words. Natsuki's face has grown red, and it looks like she's starting to tear up, despite her best attempts at keeping up a hostile look. Monika, on the other hand, has turned away so that I can't see her face. Yuri, Sayori, and I exchange a series of looks and expressions on the silence that stretches out. There's a veritable game of eyebrow charades going on between the three of us. None of us know what to say or how to break the silence, but we all know that someone has to do it. I'm relieved that I have the two of them to rely on here, though. They had the experience of the disaster that the festival was too, and yet they're still fighting through their own emotions to try to keep the club together. The only sounds right now are the small sniffling noises coming from Natsuki. The longer the silence stretches, the harder it's going to be to break it. Somehow, the three of us managed to soundlessly decide that it should be me to speak up. Damn, okay, fine, leave it up to me. The new guy, who hasn't even been here for a week. But before I can do anything, we're surprised by Monica finally interrupting the silence with a sigh. Look at that. Things may fix themselves. That's just how it is. If I just don't do anything, things will turn out fine, right? It's like car park. It's like if your check engine light comes on. If you just let it sit there for long enough, it's bound to go away at some point. I shouldn't have said that. I was looking back on what I said, and well, if someone had said those things about me, I'd be upset, to say the least. The pressure just finally broke me, I guess. I really do have tons of things going on in my life, but that doesn't excuse my actions. I shouldn't assume things about your lives when I have no idea what struggles you're going through either. I don't expect you to forgive me anytime soon, but just know that I'm sorry. Monica is still turned away, but Sayori shoots me a hopeful look. I think it's safe to say that words were said that no one really intended. Tensions were obviously running high after the disaster that the festival turned out to be, and I guess everything just boiled over in the argument. I agree, and it just goes to show how much we all care about the club and each other. If we didn't care, we wouldn't be feeling so horrible. Monica, you're really good at organizing these kinds of things, so I can't really see why you wanted it to be successful. It's only normal, but you have to remember that we all chose to come here for a reason, and that's because we enjoy it here. We really do care. I'm sorry if it seems like we're blaming you for everything going on, because it's definitely no one's fault. Monica starts to slowly turn back to face us. But you have to admit that you were kind of harsh to Natsuki. She stops moving, causing Sayori to speed on through her speech. Anyway, I'm so glad that you apologized to Natsuki in the end, because we're all friends here, and we all need to stick together. We shouldn't be fighting when we hit obstacles. We should be supporting each other. So I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive her, Natsuki, even though she said some really mean things to you. And hopefully we can move on from this and become closer than ever. I couldn't have said it better myself. Look at this. We're chilling. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? We'll find out in about 5 minutes. Yes, I believe... Sorry, wrong voice. Yes, I believe that the best thing we can do right now is try to forgive each other and learn from this experience. Monica faces us now, looking each of us in the eye. Natsuki misses her gaze, still looking down at the ground with the tear-streaked cheeks. You guys, thank you for all being the best club members I could wish for. Now that I've thought about it, it really is me who's in the wrong here. I should have just accepted that you guys weren't quite into the festival idea as I was. It was wrong for me to push you into something you weren't comfortable with. Well, that's all said and done now, so no use crying over spilt milk, right? No, a good president wouldn't be pressured and wouldn't have pressured their people into doing this. Looking back, how could I have been so selfish and blind? Everybody has momentary lapses of judgment, and you shouldn't blame yourself for that. I'm with Yuri on that. After all, you made this lovely club for all of us, and we really owe you it for that. And Natsuki, I'm sorry for what I said. I was just jumping to conclusions and making false assumptions. Oh, what? That's not what? What? That's a new button. I pressed S on accident. Apparently it saves a screenshot. I didn't know that was a thing. Plus, we're all your friends, although I wouldn't blame you if you don't want to call me a friend anymore. We all wait with bated breath for Natsuki's answer. I exchange nervous glances with Yuri and Sayori, the latter of the two actually looking like she's holding her breath. Natsuki quickly wipes the tears off her face with her sleeves. She looks smaller than ever and so alone. It makes me want to protect her more than ever. Whatever, it's fine. The only thing I ask, she looks down at the floor, then to her right, and then at the ceiling. It's as if she's hoping for the right words to appear in front of her. The only thing I want is for us to stop fighting. I come to this club to get away from all that junk, and I don't want things to be ruined, so yeah. If it will make things go back to normal, I'll forgive you. Sayori gives a little hop in excitement when Natsuki says that, and I can't help but sigh in relief as well. Monica smiles gently at Natsuki, who finally meets her eyes. Thank you for putting the club over your own feelings, Natsuki. Yeah, I don't think I'm wrong in saying that we all appreciate it. You guys should hug it out. I get that it must have taken a lot to say that, so I'm truly grateful for that. Monica reaches out to hug Natsuki, but the smaller girl flinches away. I'm sorry, I should have known that'd be too soon. No, well, it's fine. Natsuki makes an attempt at smiling at Monica. It may take some time for reconciliation to be finished with, but I'm happy that everyone is trying their best. Yeah, Reconsideration can take a long time. No, that's not quite right. Well, close enough. And with that, the spell holding us all in place seems to have been broken. Any of you staying to check out the rest of the festival? Oh, I'm feeling quite exhausted after all the emotional stress we've just had to endure. Me too. All I want to do right now is take a long nap. Same here, honestly. We still do have to clean up the classroom, though. We all grimly turn to face the mess that the visitors have left behind. I'm not really looking forward to cleaning that up. Do we have to? Sayori, you don't want to betray our club advisor's trust now, do you? Why are you always right, Yuri? Everyone chuckles a bit, even Natsuki betraying a smile on her face. But yeah, I'm sure that it's less work than it looks, so I think it's fine if some of us leave early. Hey Puka, how about you walk Natsuki home for a change? I'm sure that Sayori is sick of your company by now. That's messed. What did I do? What did I do, huh? It's sweet of Monica to let Natsuki off the hook like that, and in such a casual way too. This way, it doesn't look like she's babying her or anything. Hey, no fair, I want to go home too. Sayori pretends to pout for a bit, but quickly regains a smile on her face. Come on guys, the faster we get the work done, the faster we'll all get to go home. After exchanging goodbyes, I walk out of the classroom with Natsuki. It's surreal to hear the sounds of chatter and laughter floating towards us from the rest of the festival after everything that just took place. A silence falls between us. I'm not quite sure whether I should try to cheer her up or just leave her alone with her thoughts. I spot a vending machine at the end of the hall and decide on the former. Here, do you want a snack? A little sugar always cheers me up when I feel down. Sure, I guess. What do you want? Doesn't really matter, but chocolate's pretty good. I approach the vending machine, digging out the change from my pockets. Within a few moments, a solid thunk sounds from the bottom of the machine. I hand her the bar of chocolate. I just picked one of my favorites, so I hope we have similar taste. White chocolate, not bad. Hey, now white chocolate's pretty good, depending on what you get. Like Oreos, cookies, and cream bar, elite. I haven't had one in forever, though. But like, white chocolate isn't bad. Yeah, I do prefer just normal milk chocolate, but white chocolate is not bad. Does that mean she likes it? I watch as she carefully places the... Stop spitting. I watch as she carefully places the snack into her bag. You're not gonna eat it? My question seems to startle Natsuki, and I feel a little bad when she jumps a bit. I guess she's still feeling a little shaky. And no, I kind of like to savor things in my own time. Not a bad idea. I tend to blow through snacks and stuff myself. I guess I like to try to make things last as long as possible. That's pretty understandable. With that, another silence falls over us. But this time it's a comfortable silence. We walk together side by side in a bubble of companionship that seems to include just the two of us, and that makes the festival a distant reality. It isn't until we've reached the school entrance that I break the silence again. Which way are you headed? I'm going that way. I point to my left, causing Natsuki to give me a wry smile. I'm in the opposite direction. Oh, well, guess I'll see you tomorrow then? Puka? Huh? It's okay if I keep coming to the club, right? Huh? What do you mean? Of course you can come. I mean, we're all going to be expecting you back there. Never mind. See ya. At that, she whirls around and darts away, leaving behind nothing but confusion in the air. Well, I guess I'll ask her about it tomorrow, but for now, it's time to make the trek home. Although, now that I think about it, there's nothing for me back home except anime and video games. I'll probably spend the night stewing over that question then. Yeah, you're right. You're right. What's also right is if me ending this would be the good decision, and that is the good decision. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, once you hit, smash that like button and also hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and hit that little bell so you know the next time I upload a video. Yeah, I'm out. Peace.